told me by sunrise he's always there in the morning, praying and blessing the day. I've heard about this little tale long time ago, but never had the faith to believe in my soul. Yeah. Now Mother Nature said to the three little birds, singing a song, convincing me it was so. Now I'm on my way. Let's go out. The poor man I feel that yeah. The poor man I feel let's go out. The poor man feel yeah. Gas gone up, beer gone up. Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare, side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land, we pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God an equal place, and may God bless all nations.
Almighty God, most beneficial and merciful, Creator of the universe and embodiment of divine wisdom and light, done in our nation as it is in the heavens. Please bless our political leader, party officials, activists, and all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Give us the grace to always see good, be good, and do good. Protect us as we stand against injustice and iniquity, and inspire our endeavors to find the right solutions to the problems that are affecting our fellow citizens. Grant that we may always work together with humility and respect, the honor and glory of our country. This is a national emergency. A primetime Monday night report. Rose, stand your ground to victory. Victory, victory, victory. Campaign tonight, your local government candidates and Team UNC. Welcome to the UNC Local Government Election Campaign.
It's time for we to build a better TNT. It's to the UNC, so let me tell them. August 14th, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your family. August UNC. That's the way to secure your family. August 14, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure.
Perhaps if you are busy trying to siphon off character money for the local election and you didn't hear, who's taking the Arima Borough Corporation? Who is taking the Arima Borough Corporation? Once again, who's taking the Arima Borough Corporation? Lovely. They will do this time. Coming up next, speak with you.
Better TNT. It's time for we to vote for the UNC. So let me tell them, August 14, vote for UNC.
Chairman, look at people in this school tonight. Let me hear them make some noise. And that representation is coming from the United National Congress with one of the best group of candidates I have ever seen for Arima Borough. Lixin Arima Western Romero. Is Lixin Malabar North. Is Lixin Pumuna. Is Lix coming. And I tell you now, I plan to bring to you two more very hard-working gentlemen, men who have been working the ground, have been working hard as ever. My brothers and sisters, I tell you, Arima, you have it the best ever. And now is the time to secure your family's future. With me. So my friends, I say here tonight, are you with the UNC? Are you with Kamla Prasad Bisasa? Borough is coming home to the UNC. And the next two councillors come with me. A man who has been fighting with them on the radio. They have tried to discriminate him. They have tried to attack him. And he beat them in the court already. You will beat them on August 4th. Our David, who has slew the PNM Goliath. Now welcome a young man, a man with youth development. All he's been working with. Welcome, Janelle Peters. I will not be long again. But I say, Arima Borough is coming home. Malabar South will come home. UNC Borough.
August 14, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your country.
Please, Arima means business. As we continue, it gives me great honor to introduce our next speaker. He's the MP from Ayaro. Also, this welcome on stage, Mr. Rushton Parry.
It's time for we to vote. It's time for we to vote for the UNC. So let me tell them, August 14, vote for UNC.
Very pleasant good night, everyone. After our sister and brother spoke there, brothers and sisters, all of you gathered here today, from Arima, from Sangre Grande, from Ayaro, are you ready to take back local government from the People's National Movement? I want to tell you tonight that this local government election is not only about local government election. This is about winning the next general election in 2025. And if we don't win, it's back. Brothers and sisters, as you go out on your campaign every day, you have to see. Brothers and sisters, this local government election is about sending a strong and direct message to any more of this dreadful ordeal of crime, poverty, suffering, and neglect. Listen, my brothers and sisters, this is about governance. It is about the PNM's chronic lack of ability to manage any aspect of our quality of our lives and to keep us safe. Many of you today, brothers and sisters, are suffering life. The quality of life for its citizens to ensure that the provision of water is
water to cook, no water to clean, no water to run their businesses. Some of them have water to do with puja in the morning. Wasa was more interested in the image in the Hyatt where he and his friends were drinking sparkling water that you, the taxpayer, is paying for the country, and we must accept that. We must not accept that from the PNM. Are you ready to bring back good governance to the communities in Trinidad and Tobago? Are you ready? Are you ready to bring home all of the regional corporations to the house, to the family and friends of a true UNC legend who sadly passed away over the weekend? None other than my friend, your friend, Mr. Brian Stone. He fought for his party. He believed that the UNC would Tobago out of the morass and decadence that it currently finds itself in under this PNM regime. And he, my good friend Brian, he believed that a UNC government would lead us into a future of prosperity, and who also believed, as Brian did, that the UNC is the only political party to bring about a better Trinidad and Tobago. So tonight, I thank you for your service, and God bless him. May he live in eternal peace. And you will live on, Brian, as we in the UNC the membership continue to fight for what we all believe in, for a decent Trinidad and Tobago is just not thirsting for water. It is thirsting for good leadership. That is why this local government election is so important. On August 14th, you are not only voting for box drains, you are not only voting for roads, you are not only voting for garbage collections, you are voting for good and decent leadership. You are voting for good leaders in your communities. Councillors will take power and make a difference in your life. That is why on August 14th, you have to put your vote for the United National Congress. So I ask you tonight, all of you, to not only fight for what you, brothers and sisters, 100 killings, murders this year, and we are headed for another horrible, horrible record, making us the most murderous CARICOM. The People's National Movement has taken our beloved country. Brothers and sisters, people are falling like flies. Armed criminals are running rampant, and the PNM does not have a care in the world. Personnel to keep the country safe. This government, a government collapses while office. So if anybody wants to know if this government collapsing, well, it done collapse already. And we have to show the country by your vote on August 14 that you want to return this country to good governance. This election, brothers and sisters, is about telling this incompetent. Today we're getting 3. Today we're getting 3. We are turning into prisoners in our own home. Brothers and sisters, if you didn't hear it before, this election is about taking back Trinidad and Tobago. We need to take Trinidad and Tobago back to their track record proves that. I urge all of you tonight, spread the message of the United National Congress throughout your respective communities and support your candidate to collaboratively rebuild Trinidad and Tobago and lead it to its fullest potential. To do so, we must rid the land of this non-performing, vindictive and awful PNM regime. Ensure that you, your family and others. I want to remind you, in the words of our phenomenal leader, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, elections have, as you go into the street, secure your cheek a statement that the population wants a UNC government return to office under the leadership of Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Ladies and gentlemen, under the hands of the PNM. So on August 14th, send a message. Vote for a better. Remind all your colleagues, your friends, and your family that on August 14th, the battle on that day must be won. We have to win every single municipal corporation. And this battle will strengthen us for the war that is coming in 2020. Cost, walk, run, jump, persuade, talk, don't sleep. Make sure that single soldier of the United National Congress turns up on August 14th and let us win the battle on that day. Thank you very much, ladies. The first councillor, returning councillor, is a young, beautiful, charming, bright woman who hails from Beach-Charuma. The next candidate and next councillor for Beach-Charuma, Ms. Charlene Mona. By any, I want to introduce you to the candidate for Kokal Mafikin, a returning councillor, the young, beautiful, intelligent, former chairman, vice chairman, veteran. Please say it to Hazari Ramdeen for the electoral district of Rio Claro North. And lastly, on my lineup, I want to introduce the man who is known as the fearless Shafiq Mohammed for the electoral district of Ecclesville.
Please welcome political leader. Yes, UNC family, make some noise for our political leader and next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Kamala Prasad Bissessa. And a special good evening to Dr. Gregory Bissessa and all the good folks with us. Please, a round of applause for all our NATEX members, our UNC senators and MPs that are here with us this evening. As we continue with the program, we call on stage our comrade from the Miara Regional Corporation, Mr. Raymond Kuzi.
It's time for we to build a better TNT. It's time for we to vote for the UNC. So let me tell them, August 14th, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your
Honorable Political Leader, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, Members of Parliament, Members of NATEX, candidates, Chairman, a pleasant evening to all. My time is very short, but let me just say before I introduce these candidates, this local election, it is not one that we should take lightly. It is an election that the Prime Minister is trying to let us feel that it is about local government. But let me say, whether you vote for the PNM or not, local government, whatever decision it is, it will take place. So it is nothing about local government. This election is about the incompetence of the PNM for the last 8 years. This local election is about property tax. A lot of people did not fill out property tax forms. And you know what they are doing? They are driving through the communities taking pictures of homes. So if you feel that you didn't fill out any form, that you will be missed. They are taking pictures. So come the 14th of August, make sure and vote for the United National Congress. Let me take this opportunity to continue the introductions of the candidates from the Mayaro-Rio Claro region. And first, a new candidate, a first-comer, a dynamic, confident, victorious man, Christian Townsend! A newcomer, another newcomer, a young, dynamic, beautiful, educated, committed, Delavan, Louisa! And the incumbent, the stalwart, the political stalwart, a long-standing member of the United National Congress, a fighter, no other, David Terrence Law!
Vote for UNC. Vote for UNC.
Thank you. Make sure. Trinidad and Tobago, vote, don't tote. Thank you.
August 14, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your family. August 14.
UNC family, give it up one more time for Raymond Kosier, please. Coming up next, we have an attorney at law, former government minister, and the man who is locking down, as they say, Sangre Grande. Please put your hands together, UNC family, and make some noise for Mr. Joseph Tony.
It's time for we to build a better TNT. It's time for we to vote for the UNC. So let me tell them, August 14, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your family.
Good night, my UNC family. Oh God, I ain't hearing earlier. You do me that now, all in Grande, you know. Let me hear it, UNC family, let me hear it tonight. Madam Political Leader and Dr. Bisesa, Members of Parliament, National Executive Members, candidates, my first plea tonight is to ask our dear political leader to give us a rerun of this meeting in Sangre Grande whenever her time schedules before August the 14th. I asked for a rerun because before coming to the platform, the timekeeper told me, Tony, the political leader is on TV 6 from 8 p.m. So make sure you know how your speech is being timed. Thank you, Mr. Timekeeper. My friends, I will spend some time on introducing our first candidate for Sangre Grande Northeast, a father of 3 beautiful daughters, a sports-oriented individual who is the founder and manager of a football academy of the Duranta Football Youth Academy. He wants to become your counselor for Sangre Grande Northeast. Welcome on the platform, Mr. Darren Timothy. One of his goals is to get back the Sangre Grande swimming pool in working order. I went to the Sangre Grande swimming pool yesterday at Sukram village. Water, a breeding ground for mosquito and frog. And these people have closed it. The security guards begged me. I said, I'm going to make some noise about this. They said, Mr. Tony, go ahead and make the noise. We don't want to be drawing a salary for nothing. The Sangre Grande swimming pool youngsters, Mr. Timothy has pledged that he would try his best to have that Sangre Grande swimming pool open. Not only the Sangre Grande swimming pool, the indoor sports facility at the top of Ojo Road closed for 8 years. 8 years they closed it. And youngsters all over Sangre Grande running from pillar to post to get a facility to do their sports. But Timothy is here. So brothers and sisters, I want you to now put your hands together and welcome to the platform the Bodo man, Councillor Nasser Hossain. Outgoing councillor for Sangre Grande Northwest. He brought tears to their eyes in 2019. I want them to weep. 2023, August 14th. He's now an expert in how to deal with floods in Sangre Grande. Give Councillor Nasser Hossain a special round of applause here tonight, please. All this noise, while you're cutting on my time, I have a special time. Kerry Reid of Valencia. Active community activist in Valencia. I went walking with her in Matura yesterday. And if these people in Matura still go and vote PNM, well, God help Trinidad and Tobago. They rode in a pool. You hear what I'm telling you? They rode in a pool. When rain fall, like how rain fall today, I don't know how those people going home. How they get their children out. How they get their children in. How they get their groceries in. How their groceries out. But Kerry Reid has pledged that she's going to try her best to ensure that they have proper roads off the Toko Main Road in Matura. She has also pledged to wake up this building of the Toko Ferry. You remember the Toko Ferry? A lot of them might forget it. That's how PNM just come. Before the election, they come and they raise your blood pressure. Toko Ferry. After the election, story done. She is going to try to revive that project of the Toko Ferry. Then the man who we want to breast the tape first in Valencia West on the night of August 14th. National athlete, international athlete, Neil da Silva. I told him it is a 200-meter race. The PNM running the 200 meters at 21 seconds. You have to run it at 19 seconds. Beat them bad. Press the tape long before them. Change your clothes and wait until they reach to the end of the tape. So brothers and sisters, our international athlete for Valencia West, Mr. Neil da Silva. Then we go to the outgoing alderman and next councillor for Kumoto Tamana, Mr. Kian Farooq Singh. The outgoing councillor, former vice chairman of the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, Mr. Kenwin Philip Manzanilla Chimpong. Kenwin, like you bring all these people here tonight, or you bring all these people here tonight, Kenwin? Outgoing councillor, able-bodied, industrious young man, a great future at the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, Councillor Calvin Sicharan. A newcomer to the regional politics, decent family man of Vega de Oropuch, ministering in his church and ensuring that he's self-employed in the fish industry. Welcome, put your hands together and welcome to the platform, brothers and sisters, Mr. Daryl Mohan. Oh, look at me a picture with my boy.
That's 14 vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your family. That's 14 vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your country. Stand your ground now for you and your family.
I worked with them over the last 3 years. Listen to me carefully. I worked with them over the last 3 years, and they are a fine bunch of political representatives. Let me tell you that. And let me tell you, I have been in this business for some time, and I'm yet to come across a group of councillors as dedicated to their task as this bunch was. Give them a round of applause. But before I close, because I know we have a religious entertainment before the political leader takes the podium. I was moved by some comments made by the last gentleman I introduced, Mr. Daryl Mohan. And he was telling me, and I was impressed with what he said. He said, Mr. Tony, the people of Vega de Oropouche, they don't want to get a job from the government, you know. They want the government to facilitate them with jobs. You see, he's in the fishing industry. He has self-employed himself in the fishing industry. So he says, when he looks at agriculture in the Vega de Oropouche area, he says, oh Lord, Mr. Tony, let us just get good agricultural access roads. Let us just get a good predial larceny squad. And I can assure you that you won't have to be worried about jobs for the young people of Vega de Oropouche. They will employ themselves well by doing the stuff of agriculture. Let me repeat that. They will employ themselves well just by doing agriculture. Give us the agricultural access roads. Give us the predial larceny squad, and we will take it from there. So brothers and sisters, when you go to the polls on August the 14th, vote to return a hard-working squad. Vote to return people who are coming into the regional corporation with fresh ideas. Vote for the United National Congress. Our symbol is the rising sun. So when you go into that voting booth, look for the rising sun. Put your X next to the rising sun and ensure that the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation remains in the hands of the United National Congress. Long live the UNC. Long live our political leader, Kamla Prasad-Bissessa. I thank you and good night.
Round of applause again for Mr. Joseph Tony. At this time, we have the Flaming Word Church Choir performing the song, Goodness of God.
Vote for UNC. Vote for UNC.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? I know when we walked in this place this evening that everybody said, you know, they want to hear the goodness of God, but it's especially selected by the Honorable Kamla Prasad-Bissessa, Amazing Grace.
Hallelujah. Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace.
Can you all put the track for Amazing Grace? Thank you.
Hallelujah, Lord. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
They did all these things to their own
Round
supporters.
of applause again
But they get $1 million to pay a bribe
for
to
the
Judas.
Flaming Word Church Choir.
The governor of the central bank is appointed by whom?
And those of you who are now joining us live on TV6, we welcome you, of course, to the UNC Monday Night Report right here at Guayco Secondary School. At this time, we ask, please, that you stand. UNC family. And please, welcome on stage, first female Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, political leader of the United National Congress, senior counsel, MP, and of course, mother to many of us. Please, UNC family, put your hands together and welcome our featured
They did
guest
all
speaker,
these things to
the
their own
Honorable
supporters.
Kamala Prasad
But they
Bissessa!
to pay a bribe to Judas. The governor of the central bank is appointed by whom? He's a government appointee. The deputy governor is a government appointee. And you want to talk about no government? Nothing in politics. We will continue to work with CARICOM for the better of our country.
This is a special prime time local government election address with UNC political leader Kamala Prasad Bissessa.
UNC family. UNC family. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Let's really give a big round of applause to all these wonderful candidates here today. And they made a pledge to you. And we know that they will honor that pledge that they made. And I say to these candidates, your national service has only just begun. Thank you for coming forward to serve, all of you. And to this massive crowd here in Guayco, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining us. And to all the speakers before me, thank you so much. Of course, to the Flaming Word Ministry, wonderful voices again tonight. Let us thank them. And we changed the song, and Deputy Leader Jillian Judge said, Leader, don't change the song. Go with the goodness of God. And I did it for a reason. Because I ask you to stand with us for one moment of silence as we acknowledge the goodness of God. And we say Amazing Grace as we mourn the passing of so many of our strong stalwarts. So 1 minute of silence, please. I pay tribute to the memory of Brian Stone. He passed away on Saturday. We all love Brian. I know he's looking down on us, and I'm sure he will say cheers. Everything Brian sent us, at the end of it was cheers. Cheers, Brian. The choir paid tribute to his memory in that song. And also to all the members we've lost right here in the Grande Corporation, the mother of our older woman, Susan Holder. We pay tribute to her and to all the others who have passed, too numerous to mention. But we will carry on the good work, and as we thank them for work that they did for the United National Congress as part of our very great family. So thank you all. Please have your seats. So we are family. We are all of the same blood. I always say, if you cut us, it's the same red blood that you will see. Welcome. Tonight we are in the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation. We must have our most resilient people in Sangre Grande Corporation. They have faced floods 4, 5, 6 feet high. They have lost everything that makes a house a home. They have lost furniture. lost school books, children's toys, clothing, losses over the last year alone. Some of our friends nearly lost their houses. Some of our people will not be able to endure this level of hardship. But here in Sangre Grande Corporation, people stay. Resilient they are. And they stay for the same reason their forefathers stayed, in spite of living in a place called Big Blood. Anybody knows where Big Blood is? Sangre Grande Corporation? Big Blood. Some say that name might have been because of the immense pain of the past. But I want us to look at it in another way. What if Big Blood means blood like we call blood of a family? What if Big Blood means strong and unbreakable bonds? What if Big Blood means the infinite love we have for family? And that's how I want us to see it. That is Big Blood, Sangre Grande way, love like a family. So despite all the disastrous flooding in the Grande Corporation, people stay where many others would have run away. They stay because nature's beauty and bounty here are simply stunning. People here live like family, and together families can blunt any hardship, any pain, and any suffering. Thousands of you in the Grande Corporation, you treat our councillors like family, and our councillors treat you like family. So give the big family of the UNC a good round of applause. Grande Corporation people stay too because here in Grande, these hard-working UNC councillors and the new ones who will come in, they make life easier in troubled times. That's what the Big Blood means. You know, the councillors, they are like your family. You have seen them in the floods, bracing thunder and lightning. You have seen them pelting down in the rain, trying to save your belongings. You have seen them in your rivers and drains. You've seen them dripping wet and muddy. I have seen them. You've seen them tired, but you've never seen them give up. That is what we call Big Blood of family. That is love. That is courage. That is service. They have never given up. You know, sometimes painful images trigger strong convictions to change things. And this is what I felt when I saw the floods here in the Grande Corporation region. I felt like I could bring to life the power of the words of one of my other favorite songs. I have very many favorite songs. But some of you are young like me who remember this iconic song, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Anybody remember that? Joe Tony, you should remember it. Joe is young as I am. He will remember it. I felt, and I know that your councillors and your UNC family will be your bridge over these troubled waters. Indeed, we are the bridge over the troubled waters you are navigating. After this election on August 14th, you will see your UNC councillors again with renewed energy. Renewed energy because of the confidence you would have put in them to serve. They have all pledged to you their commitment to work for your safety, security, and enjoyment. They have pledged that they will never give up on the people of the Grande Corporation. They have pledged that they will never disrespect your warmth, your courage, your friendliness. They will never stop serving you with the full-blooded love and care you have shown them. Our UNC councillors are your family, and many thousands of you are our UNC family. And that's why I say Grande Corporation means love like family. Grande is in the blood of our family. And we spoke to you about love and service. I told you previously, I spoke about the great poet Derek Walcott and his Nobel Prize acceptance speech of 1992, The Antilles, Fragments of Epic Memory. I spoke of a line that touched me deeply because it's so real about how we live, how we must all now live to make our country whole again, to make our country prosper. And Walcott wrote, I quote, "Break a vase, and the love that reassembles the fragments is stronger than the love that took its symmetry for granted when it was a whole piece. And now, that is how we must all live to make our country whole again. See the image, listen to that beautiful line. Now, when we put it all back together, you may see someone searching for pieces and fragments, gathering them and handing them with utmost care, and painstakingly putting the pieces together again to make the vase whole again. We have all done that. Do you see it? Do you remember it? We have all glued things together. We have all used the glue of love, of care, of service to fix pieces and bring them together. Love is the glue, and service is what holds us together. Love is the glue and the service that will hold us all together. Show, therefore, a full screen on the split screen, please, if you can, of love and life. Be so full of love and light that nothing can bother your inner peace. Nothing can bother it. That is the love we have for you. We have to glue our country together again with love and service. We will glue together the broken pieces that our government has splintered our nation into. But we'll do so with great service and love. Are you ready to build back our nation? Are you ready to glue the pieces together? My hope, my plan, our vision and our mission are to secure TNT for you and together with you. I want people to stop merely existing and start living again. I want you to have joy, happiness and love, not hurt, pain and fear. I want you to be so full of light and peace that nothing can bother your inner peace. We love our country. Do you love Trinidad and Tobago? So let us take all the broken fragments. Let us take all the broken pieces. Let us wipe them clean, glue them back together with love and with service, and make our nation whole again and great again. And what is the government campaigning on? When you listen to them, what are they campaigning on? They're about innuendo. They're about gossip. They're about reputation destruction, political opportunism, outright untruths and bribery. That is what they are campaigning on. But the UNC, we campaign on plans. We campaign on policies. We campaign on ideas. We campaign on programs. We campaign about love and service, not about hate and division. Every time you hear them speak, they spew hate and division. So before I go further, let's share some of our plans. I would like to state some of these plans and policies which we want to implement. Some of these we can achieve through local government, some through central government. But I've told you, this is the first step into the way of victory for the general election. And so, as we march on this journey, on the road to victory, we want, when we get the final victory for the general election, we must make sure that you in local government bodies are already under the UNC management. So, Grande, you must bring it home under UNC management. You must bring it home. Therefore, you will be delivering the goods and the services, benefits to the communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So let's see what are the main issues now. The government will not talk about the main issues. They're too caught up with their spewing hate and anger. Let's remember and know what are the issues you face. Everybody in this country, what are the issues we are facing? We are living in constant fear. They are tired, people are tired of the constant fear of the murders, school violence, home invasions, constant fear of your child's safety. job losses, high food prices, high fuel prices, flooding, high bills, losing your home, the fear of losing your home, the fear of being unable to afford health care, and so much more. Those are the issues that touch and concern every single citizen in Trinidad and Tobago. I am sure many of you have seen and read about our secure plans to take back our streets from criminals. We will use the existing local government laws properly. This is not something we have to depend on the PNM central government for. These are things that can only take the political will of local government representatives, councillors and aldermen. Money is not the problem, you know. Of course, there's always a problem, but that is not the main problem. Do you know how much money this government has spent? They have spent over $500 billion. That is $500 billion this government has spent, and nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing. Only collapse and destruction all around us. You know, you will remember we ran local government. We had no new taxes, you know. No new taxes. We delivered drainage. We dealt with flooding control. We dealt with clean grounds. Joe Tony mentioned some of these. MP for Mayaro mentioned some of the areas. Efficient municipal policing, infrastructure development and maintenance, and so much more. No new taxes, not a single new tax. We were able to run local and central government. So what it took was love and care for people. What it took was caring and commitment, resourcefulness, and the will to get up and work and get things done. That's what it needs. If you see on the screen, you will see how we intend to secure TNT, some of the means, some of the policies and the plans. The UNC will secure your children, secure schools. We will use the municipal police to secure your children, our children in schools. Why can't we do that? You in local government, you have that power. Let us deploy the municipal police from the local government councils to secure children in their schools. Everybody knows the problem of school violence. We get the videos of fights happening in and outside the gates of our schools. UNC controlled corporations are giving us assurance we will deploy the municipal police to secure the schools and the streets and students to walk to home or back to school. We will secure children when you cannot do it yourself. We will secure communication with the police. You can do this at the local government level. We will also make sure that there is more communication between the municipal police in the local government bodies and the police stations in each division. Every one of us can agree that communications between the police and between the municipal police, councillors and police service will be a vital step in stopping the ever-expanding crime problem. The UNC will secure your community, and how will we do it? Talk to your councillor about what is happening and let them take the information and put it on the record in the local government meetings with the municipal police and the police division representatives. There must be these monthly regional meetings of the municipal police, the councillors and the aldermen, and regular police, TTPS. That you can do. You don't need central government. You in local government, if you use your place and your position properly, you can call in the police once a month at least. You can do the same with WASA, with all the problems we're experiencing for water. You at local government do not understand what a powerful position that you have. It is not just about sitting down and talking in the meetings, but you can summon every state agency, TNTEC, WASA, as I said, police to your meetings in your own corporation. That is a step forward as we secure our communications and we secure our communities. So, the UNC will secure streets. How can we do that? Through street lighting. Simple as that. Street lighting. UNC councils will work with TNTech to restore and improve street lighting in your community and town. The UNC will secure stand your ground laws. I see the others foaming at the mouth, throwing out race baiting about stand your ground law, and I want to ask you something, Home invasion across the length and breadth of our country. Home invasion. We are committing to fight for you and to pass stand your ground and home invasion legislation in Trinidad. We will also make legal gun ownership easier. How come illegal guns are so many? And you can't give decent, law-abiding citizens legal guns through a proper vetting process. We can do it with the stand your ground laws. And here we are, of the race baiting and race whistle. I ask you to remember this. You are in your home, whether in the day or at night. You are with your family. A bandit invades your home. What do you do? Don't pass the stand your ground law. What do? You say, Mr. Bandit, sir, please take off your mask so I can see if you look like me. Then I'll decide if to shoot you or not to shoot you. Total nonsense, because all across the land, every creed, every race, every religion, red, green, white, blue, black, we are all being hit by the bandits. Everyone. I asked Anna Roberts, boy, what you will do, Douglas? Which half of you will be the shooter and which one will be the shot person? Which half? I ask you. Be real, this is Trinidad and Tobago, and we in the UNC say nothing must divide us. Nothing. Stand your ground and don't jump for the baiting that they're trying to put onto you. Anti-crime plans we are calling on the government to implement. Many citizens want to see our anti-crime plans. These are plans that the PNM can implement, but they don't care. Stand your ground laws, home invasion laws, increase legal gun ownership, restructuring of the Ministry of National Security into the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Justice, diploma and undergraduate and postgraduate degrees in policing for recruits, combined with a police apprenticeship program. Review pre-trial detention and bail reform. Individual risk and financial assessments for bail. 5 minimum security detention centers should be here, based in South, Central, North, East and Tobago, with work release during the day and detention after work hours. These facilities will house non-violent offenders who are remanded pre-trial, but they cannot attend the facility after. Law to prevent incarceration of non-violent offenders, addicts for example. They are not violent, but we can have to prevent their incarceration. It said, when you put a mother in a jail, you know what happens? They can't afford the bail for some offenses that are not violent offenses, and they are not a danger to anyone in the society. When you put a mother in jail, you know what happens? You put the children in jail too. That is what happens. And so we must look at laws to reform. The little boys, you say, getting locked up for what? And the big fraudsters going free. We should review. Joe Tony is a lawyer in the criminal field, will know what I'm talking about. We must review bail arrangements. Then, we must have a law. You know, we passed a law. Oh, that's 8 years and more ago. Our government passed a law for ankle bracelets. Anybody remembers that? Ankle bracelets. Every week, Farris coming and crying about money they're spending to feed people in the jail. Well, get the ankle bracelets and you can monitor them any part of the country that they are. Cry. Do something. I saw the Prime Minister put out a Facebook post talking about something about the CARICOM. Great is the CARICOM. I say we will work with the CARICOM. So, you know what I want to say to you, Prime Minister? Stop crying on Facebook. Get up, come out and do some real work for the benefit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Ankle bracelets, simple thing. that we can utilize. We passed that law so long, where are they? What about the pepper spray law? We passed it so long, they will not implement. So it's not about money, you know. It is about the will, the political will. It is about management. It's about good governance and good leadership. That's what it's about. So when they want to tax you and say they're going to give you money for local government, you hear lie? That is lie. That's all they do. The PNM is offering you nothing. They're offering you nothing in terms of plans or policies. They're campaigning, imposing property tax, inheritance tax, fake local government reform, 4% for workers and $1 million bribes for the Judases. 4% for you, but finding hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes for Judases crossing the floor. Can't find a laptop for your child, but you could find hundreds of thousands to pay a Judas to put on a red shirt. So shame, yes, understand it, what's going on. Millions of bribe Judases, none for your children's laptops, none for school supplies, none for the police stations, none to repair roads, nothing to prevent flooding, but you're going to say you'll pay $500,000 to bribe a Judas. Shame. They will still lose. You're sure right. They will. They will. The PNM is the only political party in the history of politics, not just in Trinidad, in the world, one of the only parties who thinks that they could come and ask you to vote for them, and in return, what they will want from you after you vote for them? Higher taxes. Can you imagine? I'm going to vote for me and I'll come for more tax. I'll tax you. They will dig deep into your pockets for property tax, inheritance tax, and who knows what next tax once they start with taxing. So that is the choice they want you to make. They said to make the right choice, and the right choice is vote for PNM and then pay property tax and inheritance tax. I say that could never be the right choice. It is an insane, it's a mad choice for you to go out and vote to pay more taxes to a government that has wasted, as I said, over $500 billion in 8 years. And do you know we have information more? They're denying the inheritance tax, the same way they deny they wouldn't put property tax. We now have information that they plan after the local government election to increase your electricity rates. Yes, to increase your electricity rates. That is the information we now have. Your property tax, 25% inheritance tax, all going towards buying. Guess what they're going to do with that? To buy body bags for the hundreds being murdered under this waste of time Heinz. Look at this clip and see where your taxes are going, as I say, to buy body bags. 2 men murdered on the main road in Maraval. Check it out. 2 men. That is the state of our country. Property and inheritance taxes not going to make you safe. A body bag is the last thing anyone wants to see their loved ones in, much less to know you must pay for them. But under this incompetent Minister Heinz and this government, that is the state of play in Trinidad and Tobago. Don't believe they can do anything through local government reform to stimulate the economy, to improve the delivery of goods and services. They have been in charge of central government, as I told you, for 8 years. And even with all that money and power, they could not achieve any goals. They have spent, as I say, $500 billion since 2015. The economy is stagnant. Crime is out of control. Services and infrastructure have all crashed. So explain to me how the property tax and fake local government reform is going to change anything when you already wasted that $500 billion in central government for 8 years. So my friends, UNC family and friends, when they come to fool you about fake local government reform, please ask them about the roadmap to recovery and their 6 game changers promise. Anybody remember that roadmap to recovery? Where that went? In the dustbin? On a shelf somewhere? The roadmap to recovery. They use that roadmap to recovery gimmick to deceive business people and citizens. That was as big a fraud as was Emailgate. Do not be chained up and be fooled again. Ask them about these 6 game changers. They kept promising 8 years now. Dragon gas steel. What has happened? 8 years later, no dragon gas steel. NIF, which was a loan the government took against the future earnings of some companies in the CL Group portfolio. They spent the profits of these companies even before they collected any monies. Petrotrain restructuring, ask them about that. Closed down Petrotrain. Some people say was to save his friend. The truth will come to light one day. They refused to proceed with court proceedings against the objections of their own senior lawyer. Tens of thousands of jobs lost. 6 times price of fuel increased. Next game changer, sandals. You remember sandals? Sandals was and always will be a scandal. No sandals. What about the dry dock in La Brea? That was another one of their game changers. Fast ferries. The new fast ferries constantly breaking down. And after all the scandal and outrage, Bridgemans is still collecting millions with the Cabo Star on the sea bridge. I will add another one to their 6. That is the plyboard factory in La Brea. Where's this long promised plyboard factory? So those were their promised game changers to create jobs, to revive the economy. Not one has seen the light of day. So when they come to talk about fake local government reform, ask them about restructuring and restarting the refinery to bring down the fuel prices. When they come to you to talk about fake reform, ask them about replacing Hines, the failed Minister of National Security. When they come to you to talk about fake reform, ask them about reducing the murder rate. Ask them about reducing the home invasion rate. When they talk about fake reform, talk to them and ask them about repealing the property tax. A UNC government will repeal the property tax law. When they come to talk about fake local government reform, tell them you reject the 25% P&M inheritance tax. When they talk about fake reform, ask them about the 250 recusals for family and friends and financiers that take place in the cabinet. Ask them about that. They don't have money to fix your roads. They don't have money for your laptops, for your children, fix your schools. But 250 recusals in a cabinet because those matters are matters to give contracts to friends and family and financiers. When they come with local government fake reform, ask them to rescind the 4% insult to the workers of the country. Rescind that 4% and give them the 14% that I offered when we were in government. Don't say you don't have the money. You have the money. Is where are you putting the money? How you're spending it. That is what it is about. And then, as I say, playing the race card. They cannot talk about their performance because they have failed to deliver on their promises. Their only hope is a tired old race card. He said the Stand Your Ground law was a code for giving a certain type of people guns. And I mentioned to you how ridiculous all that is. But I want you to remember, I warned you all at the very start of this campaign. I held up this book. You remember this? Rowley's Propaganda, the ultimate disinformation guidebook. Rowley's Propaganda, the ultimate disinformation handbook by Rowley. First published since 1995. They've been using this over and over again. I warned you about it, and I want to remind you every living, waking day that you get up to remember their game. This is what they are about, disinformation and propaganda. One. Let's see it up on the screen. 1. Blame the UNC. 8 years, blame the UNC. Blame the UNC. Blame the UNC. Repeat, blame the UNC. Blame Kamala. Come back and blame the UNC. Come back and blame Kamala. Well, I'm not taking no blame for all the things you have failed to deliver. We're not taking it. We will expose you and we'll call you out at every turn that you make. When you're fed up blaming UNC and Kamala, what do you do next? Blame the people. Blame the people. Every time they stand on a platform, is to blame somebody. Whether you're a professional economist, whatever you are, they blame people for their own failings. 4 in this book. 4, cry race. Cry race. Doing it again. Early in the campaign, cry race. I have said to you, and I repeat it, and I will say it every single day of my life. Whether you're red, you're white, you're black, you're blue, you're green, regardless of your race, your creed, your religion, regardless of which place you come from, the UNC stands firm for every single person in this country. Everyone, every single one. So this crybaby, this person always crying on the Facebook and on the Twitter and whatever, I say to him again, Mr. Rowley, stop crying on the Facebook. Come down from there. Come down. Meet the people. Talk to real people. I don't know who you're talking to, but on Facebook it's just your fingers, keyboard warriors. Come and meet real people and find out what their problems are and how best you can help them. 5 in the playbook. You repeat playbook. Lie for everything. You say you will not bring in property tax. Lo and behold, every day all we're hearing is property tax. We talked about inheritance tax. You said that is a lie. Same way you say property tax was a lie. The same way you said about Petrotrin. The government is not closing down Petrotrin. And if you were closing your fridge door, opening your fridge door, and you did not hear me properly, the government is not closing down Petrotrin. You hear lie? That was another lie for everything. Lie for everything. And number 6 in the playbook. Repeat over and over and over and over again. So the playbook, blame Kamala, blame the UNC, blame the people, cry race, lie for everything. And when you're finished doing that, repeat over and over and over again. I want you to listen to them as we go forward in the campaign. And every one of those things I've shared with you tonight, you will see them, you will hear them. That is all they can do. Can they tell you what they're going to do to deal with the crime in the country? Can they tell us what they're going to deal with the joblessness? Can they tell us what they're going to do to deal with your roads, the health sector, your schools, your children? No. All they can do is to lie and repeat and repeat and repeat. So, my friends, as I come to a close, I want to share with you, stand your ground, the home invasion laws. I strongly condemn Mr. Rowley for his dangerous and evil comments. Every race, as I said, every creed can be found within the perpetrators of crime. It's not one people. It's not 2 people. It's everybody across the board. And the victims are everyone. So we have to remain with stand your ground laws. As we move along, the PNM ministers, they have chosen hands over the security of you, your families, and your children. Instead of playing the race card, do your duty to protect citizens. Start by firing that incompetent Hines, Minister of National Security. Listen to these ministers in the parliament recently. Minister
honorable
Foster,
member of
Minister
National Security, who is
Godspeed.
doing an excellent job at
So look at
what
this.
he's doing.
And I want to tell you, Madam Speaker, that all the members on this side stand in full support and solidarity of our colleague, the Minister of National Security.
Of the honorable member of National Security, who is doing an excellent job at what he's doing.
And I want to tell you, Madam Speaker, that all the members on this side stand in full support and solidarity of our colleague, the Minister of National Security.
Of the honorable member of National Security, who is doing an excellent job at what he's doing.
And I want to tell you, Madam Speaker, that all the members on this side stand in full support and solidarity of our...
So, criminals shooting after a child in Mova. And that's the constituency of Hines himself. This happened on the 29th of June, 28th of June. These voices are Foster and Gadsby Dolly saying they support Hines. Murder toll when last we checked was 305 today, this year. Over 1,500 persons have been murdered under Hines, and they refuse to acknowledge it and to sue it. They choose Hines over your security. They don't care that you don't feel safe in your home. They don't care that you want some means to defend yourself and your family. Every P&M minister, remember, every one of them, they have armed security that you taxpayers pay for. So what do they care about you? What do you care about your family? 1,500 plus murders under Hines. So what do we say to Rowley? Hines has to go. Hines has to go. And understand, it's not only Hines has to go. After you fire Hines, Rowley, fire yourself. Rowley must go. Rowley must go. We understand that times are hard. And now is not the time to ask all of you to pay more for less. The middle class is disappearing into a paycheck to paycheck existence, with their savings and opportunities being denied and decreased. The working class and poor cannot survive under this government. We cannot underestimate the power of our individual choices, voices, and votes. Each ballot, every single ballot, every single one, is an act of empowerment, a declaration that we refuse to be passive observers of our own destinies. Vote for a brighter future for your children. Vote to keep your homes. Vote so that you can stand your ground if there's an intruder in your home. Look at this here. Express front page. Can you see it? We can get it up on the screen perhaps. Express front page. Pensioner dies after robbery. Headline. Today's Express, Monday. And you check back the headlines, there's so many more of these, of the home invasions and the criminals on the rampage. Pensioner dies after robbery. Home invasion, pensioner beaten, dies one day after. So I'm asking you to vote for the responsible, easier issuance of firearm license so you can defend your home and family. Vote against the 4% salary insult. Vote against inheritance tax. Vote against property tax. Vote against taxpayer money being used for briberies. Vote for you. Vote for your children's future. Vote for a better TNT. It's time for us to stop complaining, and that's when we tell you, don't tote, just vote. It is time to stop toting and start voting. On August 14th, you will not see yellow on your ballot paper, but you will see the rising sun. Put your X next to the rising sun on August 14th. And that is the most vital thing that you can do within this time to the 14th, is to stay with your candidates, campaign out there. Don't tote, just vote. And I see there's a new movie, there's a new Tom Cruise movie. So in addition to songs, I like some movies. mission impossible. Mission impossible. Nothing is impossible with faith and hard work. We will take the Grande Corporation. We'll take the Mayero Corporation. We'll take the Rima Corporation. And heading down, we will take Tunapuna, Samalavantil, Port of Spain, Diego Martin. And heading down south, we will take the Chaguanas Borough. We will take the one after Chicacuva, Tabaqui, Talparo. And don't come down south at all, because Princeton gone clear. Penal David gone clear. And of course, don't even put a toe, not one little toe, in Superior Regional Corporation. So from today, my friends, from today, what is the code? What is the code? We are on code yellow. The code is yellow, UNC yellow, all the way forward. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you. Can we ask the candidate?
It's time for we to vote for the UNC. So let me tell them, August 14 vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your family. August 14 vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your country. Stand your ground now for you and your family. Make sure the children secure the teams. Come out and vote. Make sure the children sit in the community. This is the time to secure the
Are you ready? UNC?
Cast your vote for the one and only United National Congress. Stand your ground to victory. To victory.
Who feel the black? Who feel the white? I don't know. But it's settled tomorrow night. Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Come and go. And all who feel the too bright, let me jump up, let me wind up, party non-stop. Ramaje tingle like a kete, we come to play mass. Every creed and class, don't let nothing pass. Like a repetitive, all the love inside the way. Uptown and ghetto, feeling the tempo. So current I so, it's party they like so. Soon as we land, fun is the plan. We like the jam, like me man.
You see the crime and violence, we can't take it no more. And the home invasion of the people insecure.
Hey!
Security and the UNC is the way to go.
So on election they want to do just vote for you, for your family security. Vote for you, for your community security. Vote for you, just to save your economy. Vote for you, just to save your TNT. Hey, August 14, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure your family. August 14, vote for UNC. That's the way to secure this country. Hands in the air. Say, stand your ground now for you and your family. Come out and vote.
This is the time to secure TNT.
Come out and vote. Make sure the children stay in the community. So time